happy Easter, Resurrection Day, if you celebrate. How you guys doing? Good morning, and good morning. So we're gonna get into this love after lockup. So I think what the schedule for today is gonna be is the following. We're gonna do love after lockup over here. I'm gonna do a quick live on my main channel before I head out for Easter. And then this evening, of course, we'll do the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If I get home early enough, which I don't know if I will. If I get home early enough, we may do Raising Canaan. Never Ever Meets with Shade in the City. Hey, JB, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you, but I didn't get the message until late, and I think I was already in bed. It'll probably be later on today. So if I'm home, I'll jump on with Never Ever Meets, but it'll be later on today. If JB's available, he's going to jump on with Shade in the City. So that is the schedule for today, you guys. But baby, let's get into this love after lockup situation because first of all, y'all know I do the spoilers at the end. So I have some spoilers this week as well, but we'll get to the spoilers at the end so people can click off if they don't want to know. But baby, this show is a trip. So let's start with Julius, Alexis, and Ashley. So Julius finally goes to the hotel to go visit Ashley, right? He gets there and I'm going to be honest. I think it's two things. First of all, I do think that Ashley was the one he was just playing with. Maybe she kept saying she didn't give him any money, but maybe she was doing something else for him that we don't know about, right? I don't know. I really feel like there must have been something else that she was giving. And he went on to say, so let me tell y'all what happened, then I'll give y'all my synopsis or whatever. Hey, Melly, happy Easter to you as well. Hey, Informed. JB, did I already say hi? Good morning. So Ashley was really feeling Julius, right? Julius gets there, and you can see the look on his face the minute he walks in the door. He is not feeling her. At the end of the day, she ain't who he thought she was. Do I think that he was ever interested in making Ashley his full-time woman? Absolutely not. It was always going to be Alexis. Alexis was always going to be his girl. One, because of the connection to his family. Two, because Alexis was doing things for him financially. Three, because Alexis had somewhere to go. Now, what I kind of have to give y'all a little bit of a spoiler to give y'all my point of view on this. He went live, and one of the things he said on his live was basically he was just using her because he didn't want to go to the halfway house. So I feel like Ashley was his backup plan. If Alexis didn't work out or it fell through, that Ashley was his backup plan because he said he did not want to go to the halfway house. Again, I don't understand how all of the things with the jails work with everybody's different court system and court cases, but maybe he felt like Ashley was a viable backup to that. But the minute he walked in the door, I think he even intended to probably have sex with her, but I think he just was not attracted to her. And here's the reality. By her own admission, and I told y'all this before, by her own admission, Ashley said that she did FaceTime him, but the last time she FaceTimed him was before she gained all this weight. So do I think it's shallow of him to walk in the door and be like, oh, hell no? Nah. Sure it is. But he's 19 years old. He is a shallow person. Or he's been in jail since he was 19. However that goes. At the end of the day, he basically is not feeling her. She's all like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I mean, she is so happy to see him. She is so excited. She really think, and it's her birthday, and she really think this is getting ready to be a thing. And his whole affect from the beginning was like, no. Now, here's what I will give him credit for, and I ain't going to give him credit for much. He told her. Like, he could have listen, I just seen men sleep with women for whatever reason that look like whatever you want them to look like, right? And I don't think Ashley is a horrible looking woman. I just think Ashley isn't the person that he thought she was. I don't think Ashley is the person in the pictures that she was sending him, okay? And I think if y'all go back to my first review, I said in my first review, I was like, why is production being shady showing all these pictures of Ashley when she was still scripting before she gained all the weight? Now I know why they were showing those pictures, because those are the pictures she was sending Julius. Those are the pictures Julius had. So I don't think production was being shady as much as production was like, this what he think it is. Now, Alexis is back at the house, calling him and texting him, feeling some kind of way. She knows that wherever he is shady. She knows that whatever he got going on ain't legit. Let me say this, and I said this before. Listen, when it comes to love after lockup, we know a lot of this is production. We know a lot of this is bullshit. And I would not be surprised if all three of them knew what it was from the beginning. If all three of them went in on this from the beginning. Maybe not Ashley, because Ashley's response seemed legit. But Alexis. And here's the reason why I say that. Because last week, I told y'all when he was like, my Uber here to pick me up. What Uber you using? You just got out of jail. You don't even have a bank account. How you got an Uber? I mean, I don't know how else you could set up an Uber other than through a bank account, but I know I had to put a card on my Uber account. It's connected to my debit card. It could be connected to a credit card, a debit card. Maybe it could be connected to a Cash App. I don't know anymore because, you know, I don't have my Uber so long, child. I probably had my Uber before I had Cash App. I don't know. But how he got an Uber coming to pick him up? So if he is using Alexis's account, then Alexis know where he is. Because you can see it on the Uber account where somebody got an Uber going to if they're using your account. But I got that. If she has him on her account, then she still can see it, right? But neither here nor there. It's not that serious, child. It's not that deep. Ashley was very upset when he told her they were not in a relationship. She stormed out. She's crying. He's in the room like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? Like, I'm just being honest. I'm just telling her what it is. Now, she got birthday stuff all over the place. He claimed he didn't even know it was her birthday. Child, she done said her birthday 5,000 times, Julius. Every time she talked to you on the phone, she talked about it being her birthday. So, like, now I'm just going to have to say, I'm going to have to call bullshit. Because she said it was her birthday 45 different times. Every time you talk to her, she talked about her birthday, her birthday, her birthday, her birthday. So you absolutely knew it was that woman's birthday. But neither here nor there. He tells her it's not like that. And here's where I felt bad for Ashley, because the level of desperate that is on Ashley really, really hurt my feelings. Even after he told her all of that, she stormed out of there crying. She came back in. She said, so are you spending the night? Girl, what? Why do you even want him to still spend the night? Maybe it's me. Why do you even still want him to spend the night? Baby, and don't get me wrong, I get it. You built this whole thing up in your head. You had this whole idea of what was going to happen and how it was going to go down. I get all of that. I understand 100% all of that. But on the flip side, at this point, I mean, if I'm going to be crass for a minute, I know it's Easter Sunday, but I don't know how else to say this. Baby, it would have dried up. There would be no sexual desire for me with this man. I wouldn't want this man to touch me. Would I be hurt? Yes. Would I be in my feelings? Yes. Would I feel some kind of way? All of the things. But it is no way in the world. Like, Ashley, I know you got somebody else in your Rolodex that you could call over there to that perfectly good hotel room that production paid for. Because y'all know good and damn well Love After Lockup paid for that room. This is how you know when Love After Lockup be paying for rooms, because they stay at the same hotel chain. Maybe they stay at the Hampton Inn or the Fairfield Inn or something like that, child. You know that's where they staying. Every time Love After Lockup done pay for that room. Baby, I'd have got through my Rolodex and called somebody else up. You know you got somebody else in your Rolodex. Yeah, I know. She wanted that ping. She probably had built it up in her head. You're right, JB. Ashley knew something was up, or she should have known when that man stopped saying, I love you. Now, do I think that Julius said all of the things? Absolutely. Absolutely, he did. I believe Julius said all of the things that he needed to say to get her where he wanted her. And again, there had to be something she was providing for him. If it wasn't financial, which he did admit in their argument, he admitted that she wasn't giving him money. It had to be something else. Julius is a user. Even if it was just Julius thought he was going to give him a little piece of something. So anyway, when they got done arguing, she ran out again. Now, I don't know why you keep locking yourself out your hotel room, but okay, girl. Because she ran out of that hotel the second time. He said it was just entertainment. Well, then that's what it was then. Because when she ran out of the hotel room the second time, he left. He left while she was gone. She was talking to production, crying, talking to production. So I guess production gonna let her back in her room. She can always go down to the front desk, by child, I guess. But she done locked herself out of her own damn room. See, that's the kind of stuff I be thinking about. I was thinking, girl, you know you don't have your key because he had to let you in the first time you ran out the damn room. I do feel bad for Ashley because I do think that Ashley really, truly liked him and really, truly thought that they was getting ready to do something. Like, I believe that. And I believe he said it. I believe he said all the things that she said he said. I believe he promised. I believe he said he was going to be stepdaddy to her sons. To her kids. I believe he said all that shit. But like Mia said, he said it was just entertainment. Just entertainment. All right, let's get over here to Will and Courtney. Look, Will and Courtney reminds me of y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't think of her name. I can see her face right now. Will and Courtney remind me of the girl that had the daughter that with the guy bought the house and she thought he had money and he didn't have as much money as she thought he had, and he was trying to fix that house up, and then she ended up going off on him, and she ended up dating Dante from Love and Lockup for like the next season. They had that little bullshit relationship. What's that girl name? Somebody gonna put it in the chat. I can't think of her name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. That's who she reminds me of. Baby, Courtney ain't a bit more worried. Lindsay, thank you, Lindsay, crazy ass. Courtney ain't a bit more worried about Will than the man in the moon. Will is a means to an end. Will got a little bit of money. Will is gonna spend that money on her, and she gonna use him until she use him up. That's it. That's all with this. He picked her. They pick her up from jail. Her mom is with her. And of course, they always got to report immediately to the courthouse or to the PO or whatever. It wouldn't be with Joanne the scammer. I wouldn't be, child. Right. I mean, first of all, and I mean, don't get me wrong. Anybody can rehabilitate all of the things, but baby, girl, like, she went to jail for financial crimes. She was stealing credit cards and identities and stuff, like. And she has a drug addiction. See, I feel like this. I'm not going to sit here and say I would never date somebody who had formerly had a drug issue. I'm not going to say that. What I am going to say is they would have to be clean for a significant amount of time. They would have had to gone through all of the steps. They would have had to done all of the things, right? Like, I'm not just jumping into a relationship with somebody that just got out of jail. They ain't been to nobody's rehab. And this is how you can always tell. In all of them pictures that they show, she was skinny. She done picked up all that weight in jail. Why? Because she ain't using drugs and she eating that fatty, high calorie prison food. Give her about a few months to be out. See how it works. We can talk. We can be pen pals for a year. I can come visit you. I'll fly you out to come visit me if you get a permission from your PO. We can do all of the things. But no, ma'am, no, sir. He creeps me out. He does seem very creepy. Last week when he was going through all of the sex toys and stuff, that was very creepy. Because here's the thing. And I ain't gonna never shade anybody for their sexual kinks. I have friends that are in all different types of the kink, realm. Okay. I don't shade nobody for their, but what I am going to say is you don't have to do it all in one night. Like, when you first meet somebody, you don't have to do all of it in one night. This man was pulling out ropes and butt plugs and dildos and all of the things. Like, we don't have to do it all tonight. Like, we're literally just meeting each other. This will be our first time having sex. If they do have sex, we could just do a regular missionary, maybe throw a couple of positions in there, but we don't have to do all that he was pulling out was a lie. It was real extra. And I would have probably came in, seen all that shit, and I would have left. I'd have been like, no, ma'am, you won't have me on no Lifetime movie next month. No, ma'am. Nope. I could do everything but the identity theft. Yeah, like with identity theft, you definitely, like when somebody is into the credit card fraud and the identity theft and stuff, you have to be very careful how you bring them into your world. Because here's the thing, and that's why I said I would have to be careful about a drug addict. I don't want to be around somebody that I have to worry about where I'm leaving my things. You know what I'm saying? I got to worry about, oh, my wallet, oh, my purse, oh, my this, oh, my... No, we're not doing that. So they get to the courthouse, and now she's got this big secret she got to tell her mama. First of all, her mama is already not feeling. Her mama is already not feeling this situation. I think she's creeped out by him as well. And she was like, you know, this is too much. This is too soon. He moving too fast. Like, slow down. You're moving too fast. So then she got this big old, thank you, Leslie. Happy Easter to you as well. So then she says that she's got to go into the courthouse, but she got a secret to tell her mama. Well, come to find out, she's got warrants. And part of the reason why she can't go back home to visit her mom is because she's got warrants in the state of Washington, I believe is where her mom lives. So she was like, that's part of the reason why I haven't been coming to visit, is because I got warrants. And the warrants that she have is for grand theft auto. So you done stole a car, or allegedly you've been charged, and you have warrants. So she doesn't know whether, when she goes in here to check in with her parole, she doesn't know whether they're going to extradite her back to Washington. So she's in there for like an hour and a half. You know, they got to be real dramatic. And then she ends up calling. I mean, I knew they wasn't going to keep her, because if they was going to keep her, they wouldn't be showing them on the show. Like, they wouldn't have a storyline. So she calls and says, well, they say that it's not an extraditable of warrant. So I do have to take care of it on my own. Girl, if you could be trusted to take care of your warrants on your own, you wouldn't still have warrants. And you mean to tell me the whole time she was in jail, Washington State didn't say, we need a piece of that when she done? And I get it. Grand theft auto is not on the same level as, you know, a homicide or something. I understand that. But you mean to tell me that the state of Washington wasn't like, bring her here when she done? I don't understand that. How did she get released in a state and she got warrants in a whole nother state? Call me crazy. I don't understand. Y'all know, like I said, I don't know how the whole court system work. Y'all, I don't know how the court system work, because I ain't never had to go through this level of the court system. Man, I done had tickets and stuff, but I ain't never had to get a lawyer and had warrants. I ain't never had that kind of thing going on. But I don't understand that. How is she released from jail and she got warrants that the court knows about? It'd be different if they were like, oh, well, we didn't know she had warrants. It was a clerical error. It was, you know, the right hand didn't know what the left hand was doing. She said she went in there and the people was like, oh, well, this ain't an extraditable offense. I think that's messed up. Why the states ain't working together? Why they ain't say, you got a warrant over in Washington, so you're released from our custody, but Washington coming to pick you up. They on their way. I don't understand that. I mean, again, I don't understand that. Happy Resurrection Day. It's expensive. Is it? So it's more expensive for them to do all that than to just worry about. If it was my car that got stolen, I'd be pissed off. If it was, let me tell you something. If she had stole my car, baby, I'd be pissed off. I would be so pissed off. So anyway, so she comes out, and of course they go pick her up. And it's by this time it's raining. You could tell it's cold. Her mama been standing outside all this time. It's cold as hell. Her mama didn't even listen. I'm not trying to be racial. I'm just gonna make an observation. White people really don't be getting cold like that. They was outside. You could see the breath coming out her mother's mouth. And they were outside waiting for this girl to show up. And I'm sure they weren't out there the whole hour, but it had been like an hour that they were waiting. And you could see the breath coming out her mother's mouth. And her mama had on some Birkenstocks with no socks. Talking about, oh, I should have wore some socks. How about you should have wore some shoes? Why did you even pack Birkenstocks? It's clearly wintertime. They got on coats and shit. It is clearly wintertime. Why did you even pack Birkenstocks to go up there and you didn't put on no socks? Now, I don't like socks. I'm not a sock person. as soon as the weather gets warm enough that I think I can get away with, like, I didn't have on socks all last week, and we was like in the 70s, and I was like, whoo, free my feet. But please know that in the wintertime, baby, I just got to deal with what I got to deal with now. As soon as I come home, the first thing I do is take off my shoes and socks. That is the first thing I do is take my shoes and socks off. I promise you, I just got socks, just socks, because I can't stand them. But I wear them because that is what we do to make sure we're not sitting around with pneumonia. Clearly, it wasn't. Anyway, I know that's a sidebar. Let's get back. So they in the car. It's raining now. The mama was cold. They've been outside filming. You know, that they got to get the shot, this, that, and the other. This man said, "Ooh, look at the world's largest Christmas tree." Courtney looked at that Christmas tree and said, "Baby, I'd have been the bonfires bigger than this Christmas tree. This ain't nothing. I'm ready to get back to the hotel." Because mind you, she had already said in front of her mama that she wanted pizza and peen. Now, remember when they was doing her little jailhouse interview, she was like, "Well, I don't know if I'm going to be ready to be intimate. You know, I'm not sure." She was trying to play all coy. Now she knows she's not going to get extradited, and she don't have that extra charge on her right now. Because let's be clear, Courtney is not going to Washington to handle that warrant. She's not. Now, Will might get an attorney and get the warrant taken care of if they stay together long enough. But Courtney has absolutely no intention of going to Washington and taking care of that warrant. She absolutely does not. No, ma'am. She in the car talking about, "I want some pizza and peen. Pizza and peen." They done turned it into a whole song. I don't understand these people that can talk like this in front of their parents. I would never. And me and my mother have talked about sex and stuff like that. I mean, clearly she knows I'm not a virgin. But we don't talk like that. Like, I wish I would be in the car with my mother making up a song talking about something. "I want some pizza and peen." I just felt like that was disrespectful. And maybe it's just me, but I just be feeling like stuff is so disrespectful. Okay. Anyway, yes, mama was in the backseat pissed off. So he was like, "Come on, let's go. I just want to show you." And both of them were like, "No, like, I'm ready to go take a shower." And the mama was like, she said she wants to go back to the hotel. She's ready to take a shower. She's ready to get out this rain. He was like, come on. And see, that is a red flag right there, because he was more concerned about what he was trying to do and what production probably wanted him to do than what she wanted to do. Because let's call a thing a thing. Child, we ain't a bit more worried about this fake ass proposal and all this other bullshit than the man in the moon. Like, stop playing with us. Like, we know it's bullshit. Like, come on. Now, does he really want to marry her? Yeah, I believe he probably really does want to marry her, because he's so caught up in, again, the pictures and who she was on the phone. She probably talked some good shit to him on the phone. That's why he bought all that sex shit, because she probably was talking some good shit to him on the phone. But at the end of the day, me either. I never talked about sex. Why? I don't get that. Like, and again, I'm grown. Like I've had my house. I have had my house for almost 13. It'll be 13 years in I think July or August. I got to go back and look. I know it was the end of the summer. I have had my house for almost 13 years. Before that, I was out of my parents' house. Before that, I was in college and I lived in North Carolina. Like, I'm grown. And I don't talk like that. I don't curse in front of my parents. They know I curse, and I've slipped up before. But guess what? Every time I curse by accident, I be like, "I'm sorry. I apologize." I've slipped up. Now, I ain't gonna say I haven't, because y'all know I cuss. And we've had some conversations, but just to be all like I don't know, baby. Some people, their relationship with their family, because when we get to Miss Brooke, we're gonna get to her ass too. We're gonna get to Miss Brooke cussing in front of people, grandmama. Cussing to people, mama. But Brooke is a disrespectful little wench anyway. We're going to get to her ass. But moving on. So, I told my mother about some people I've slept with, especially if they were heartbreak, but never anything. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, like I said, I'm grown. My mother knows, just because I don't have kids on my parents, trust me, my parents ain't fooled into thinking that I'm a virgin. And I, But again, like you said, details, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And let's be clear. My parents have been married for about 56 years now. Yeah, they knocking on 60 years. Lord have mercy. They have known each other since they were like in middle school. They dated since high school. Been married since my daddy got home from the army. As far as I know, as far as my mother has ever said to me, baby, he her one and only. Now, do I believe that he her one and only? I don't think so. But she ain't never said nothing to me. And I'm pretty certain that my mama ain't his one and only. You see what I'm saying? But the conversation has never been had. And I don't never want it to be. I don't need to know none of that. Those are just not conversations I have with my people. But anyway, moving right along. So he proposes to her in the rain in front of this Christmas tree. And of course, oh my gosh. Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, yes, I'll marry you. Baby, production asked her, do you see yourself being with him for the rest of your life? Baby, she said, we'll see. Listen, she said, we'll see. So you already know that she walking into this feeling how she feel, okay? Like, child. Oh, Lord. Anyway, so that's them, child. The last thing we see of them is getting back to the hotel, child. I don't even want to know nothing about what happens that night. I mean, I'm sure we'll get that next week's episode, but I don't want to know nothing about it. All right, let's get into Savannah and Bradley before we get into Brooke and JK and Kiana and whatever that boy, Dolo, whatever his name is. Okay. So let's get into Savannah and Bradley. Really was nothing really major with Savannah and Bradley. They went to his family, the family party or whatever. It was like cocktail attire. He was like, I don't know what cocktail is. Well, clearly the people in that party didn't know what cocktail attire was either, because as much as Savannah tried to act like she understood what cocktail attire was, when you went over there to his sister, and I know you was just kissing his sister's ass because you was just trying to be like, oh, you're so beautiful, because you had beef with his sister. Baby, she wasn't in cocktail attire either. Hell, you was barely in cocktail attire. My idea, and I don't even dress up a lot. Like, y'all know I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl. But I do understand what cocktail attire is. Baby, I got this wedding to go to in August, and it is black tie, and I am struggling. Because I thought I had a cute outfit, and then somebody told me it wasn't black tie enough. And I was like, for real? So I'm gonna have to find, I think I'm just gonna have to find me a cute, because it's black tie, and at first it was a white only, but now they're saying you can wear white or black. So I feel like I'm just gonna go online and just find me a really cute white dress, because it's before Labor Day. Now, because of the organizations that I'm a part of, I got plenty of white stuff. But it's like, oh, I do have this white dress that I could wear. Y'all see, that's my brain. That's that ADHD. I just went left. But I do have a white dress that I think would be really cute. But the problem was I hadn't been wearing it because it didn't fit me the way I wanted it to fit me, like in the stomach area. So I got to see if it fits me, or if I could put on some good shapewear, if it'll fit the way I want it to fit. And if I do that, then I'll be good to go. But neither here nor there. This is the perfect. Let me tell y'all something. If this is the perfect time of year to buy white. If you are in any sort of organization, y'all know what I'm talking about. The people who are in the organizations, y'all know what I'm talking about. Or if you just like white, this is the perfect time to buy white. Wait till after tomorrow, because all the white is going to be on sale after Easter. But this is the best time to buy white. All of the white stuff is out. And then you can just hold on to it. The downside to white is you have to keep it in your closet under plastic, because baby, white gets messed up so fast. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back to these people. Okay. We can talk about that on the other side. Hey, Quake, happy Easter, my love. So Savannah went up to Caddy, the sister. Savannah went up to the sister. Now, again, this is a couple that was on Love during lockup. So there's stuff that happened with Savannah and the family that I'm not necessarily privy to. I mean, they gave us a couple of flashbacks. But to make a long story short, what it looks like is that Savannah and the family don't really get along. And it looks like Caddy is the ringleader. And so Savannah went to go talk to Caddy. And she was like, girl, you looking good, girl. Girl, you yeah. I told Bradley, girl, you fly, girl. Baby Caddy was like, and let me tell you what I always respect. I always respect a person that stands 10 toes down in they shit. Baby Caddy was like, yeah, I ain't like it. I don't trust you. I really don't like what you and Bradley have going on. I don't trust it. And I'm just going to sit here and stay on the sidelines till I figure out what all is going on. So, it is what it is. Baby Savannah got in her little feelings. Caddy got mad. Caddy was like, I'm done with it. I'm over it. I'm done with it. Because baby, Caddy know you for your works, Savannah. And again, I didn't watch Love during lockup, so I don't know all of it. But baby, Caddy know you for your works. She said that I just feel like Bradley feels control. Bradley feels like, and I'm like, damn, Bradley been only been home for 24, 48 hours and he already feeling control. And he done already told his sister he feeling control. And she was like, well, I don't have him in the dungeon in the basement. She was like, you ain't got to be a smart ass either. I said, ooh. She said, you ain't got to be no smart ass either. I said, ooh. Ooh. But that was pretty much all that happened with that. And again, I told y'all, I gave y'all the spoiler alert last week. I got another spoiler alert. Okay, so here's my spoiler alert, y'all. I got a spoiler alert for Bradley and Savannah, a spoiler alert for Brooke and JK, and a spoiler alert for Kiana and Dolo. So we'll get to the spoiler alerts at the end. We almost done, child. I didn't think this was gonna take this long, but I mean. So let's get to JK and Brooke, and then we're going to get to Kiana and Dolo last. So we left off last week with JK and Brooke outside of his parole office. And the mama, and this when she was on the phone with his mama cussing, and she was using the big cuss words, right? She wasn't just saying damn and hell. She was using the big words. Anyway, and I was like, you don't have no respect. Like you just, anyway. So then she gonna say, her mama said, his mother was like, well, go on in there. Like, go in and find out what's going on. So Brooke gonna get up out the car and go walking in. Then she gonna come back out talking about something. I'm not going in there. It's too many people. And I was like, wait a minute, not Billy Badass Brooke is scared to walk in the door and find out what's going on with her man. Like, you were scared to walk in the door and ask the people, like, what's going on with JK? It made me feel like maybe you got some warrants. Like, why are you scared to walk up in there and tell the people and talk to the people? I'm feeling like, do you have warrants? Because I'm starting to feel like maybe Brooke got some warrants, because that didn't make no sense to me. Like, all you had to do was go to the reception desk and say, hey, I've been outside waiting for my friend. He came in. I just want to know, are they keeping him? It's been over 2 hours. Are they keeping him, or should I just keep waiting? That was a quick question and a quick answer. Because here's the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is, you probably ain't the first person to come up in there and want to know what's going on with their friend because you've been outside waiting. You probably wouldn't be the first or the last. He ain't the first person to walk into the place and be there forever or end up getting retained. So the reception is waiting for this. The reception people, they ready for them questions. They used to getting them. But she gonna get back in the car talking about something. It's too many people in there. Girl. But you Billy Badass Brooke, you don't have no problem talking shit to everybody though. But you scared to ask the reception lady how long he gonna be there. Your picture probably on the wall inside of the place. They probably waiting for you. They waiting for you, Brooke. That's what I feel like. Anyway, so he finally comes out, and the good news is he got his curfew extended from 5 o'clock to, I think it was 9 o'clock. I think he got like a big increase. And he had all his paperwork, yada, yada, yada. So they were supposed to go from there to go see his grandmother. It's his grandmother's birthday, and he had already told us about how, his grandfather died while he was in jail, and he didn't get the opportunity to really, he said he really was close to his grandparents, and, he got all teary-eyed and stuff. And here's what I'm going to say, and I know this is going to come off sounding cold, but it's really not. It's a cautionary tale to all of you knuckleheads out here who think that this life is cool. The flip side of this is, That's the sacrifice you make when you be out in these streets. Because at the end of the day, the courts don't really give a fuck about none of that. You talking about all I got to do was hear his voice through the phone. Oh, you wasn't thinking about all of that when you was out in these streets getting arrested, doing crimes. And I get it. A lot of people don't think like that, but you wasn't thinking about all of that. You wasn't thinking about all of that. But anyway, so it's a cautionary tale. That's the stuff people don't tell you about. And when you in jail, the courts don't give a fuck. Like, you have to ask permission if you want to go to somebody's funeral. For people to come and visit you. And especially if you in federal, baby, they can put you anywhere in this country, federal. And you got to ask permission to try to be closer to your family if you do have older family members so they can come and visit you. Baby, they don't care nothing about you. Moving right along. So they go to visit his Mimi. And he says to Brooke, give me a minute. I want to go in and see her myself for a few minutes. And she said, but I want to meet her. He said, I'm going to introduce you to her. You're going to get a chance to meet her, but can you give me a minute? See, this is why I can't be messing with young people. This is why my brain, I can't. And when I say young, I mean mentally young. I don't even mean physically young. I mean mentally young people. Because it seemed to me like that was a perfectly reasonable request. This boy has been locked up for however many years he's been in jail. I don't remember anymore how long his ass was in jail. He has been locked up for however many years he's been in jail. He already told you that he lost his grandfather while he was in jail. It's his grandmother's birthday. He already teared up and was crying on the way to see her. I think it was a perfectly reasonable request for him to say, can you just give me a few minutes? Can I reconnect with my grandmother by myself for a minute? I don't think that was now the only thing unreasonable was I'm not gonna sit out there in that sun, because baby, when she stood up after she had been sitting out there, her whole back was wet from sweating. Now I'd have been in the car with the air conditioning. I'd have been like, well, I'm gonna sit in this good car with this good air conditioning. But I didn't think what he asked of her was unreasonable. So now she's pissed off. She done called her mother talking about how mad she is. She done told production she pissed off. I was sitting waiting on him for hours. And we drove down here and he don't even want, girl, he said, give him a minute. He left the gift outside with you. So you know you gonna see the lady because they got to give her a birthday gift. So he's talking to his grandmother. And of course, they say all of the things. He loved her. He missed her. He's so sorry. He ain't going to never do it again. Yeah. And she said, listen, my grandson has a heart of gold. But he make bad decisions. Well, I think that's the reality for a lot of these people that's in jail. A lot of them make bad decisions, but they're not bad people. So they eventually come outside. And she introduces and all of that. And grandma said, listen, I ain't trying to say I'm psychic or nothing. Oh, I forgot about the boys. Oh, Lord. Okay, we got to talk about Mike and Joey. I forgot about Mike and Joey. We'll talk about them before we get to Kiana and Dolo. Okay, so let's finish up Brooke. Because I'd have done them and got them out the way. But let's finish up Brooke. So because we almost done. So they talk whatever, but grandma said, listen, I don't know what it is, but I'm not feeling her. It's something about her that ain't sitting right in my spirit. I said, you better go ahead with that intuition, grandma. Grandma said, I ain't trying to say I'm an empath or nothing, but I'm telling you, it's something in her spirit. Don't feel right in my spirit. My spirit and her spirit is clashing, and I'm not liking it. She might be a really nice person, but I don't think she's right for my grandson. I don't think this is going to be a good thing. I don't think this is going to work out too well. And I said, grandma, you got it. You right. You right, grandma. So while we sitting here, JK's cousin, hey, happy Easter, J Diva. What's up, boo? JK's cousin / friend pulls up. They said they've been friends since they was kids, and they used to get in trouble together. They've been riding together. And he said, "That's my dog. That's my dog. I'ma be there. I got him. He got me. We there. We boom. We right here. We together. We together. We friends to the end." So JK says, we having a little party for me. He said, but I need to call Alexis because I need to tell her she don't need to come to this party because it's going to be some drama, because Brooke is going to be there and I don't want no drama. Well, here's what we got, a little bit more of this timeline in this episode too. So Brooke and JK were together or were cool, and then I guess they broke up, and then he was with Alexis, and then him and Alexis broke up, and then Brooke came back into the picture because Grandma asked him, well, wasn't she visiting you? And he was like, yeah, she said, well, didn't she stop visiting you? And he was like, yeah, she stopped visiting me, but so it sounds like Brooke has been in and out, which might add a little context to some of this. Here's what was stupid to me. Brooke is literally sitting right there. Now he calls Alexis from his friend's phone because, of course, he can't call Alexis from. Is her name Alexis? Anyway, he can't call her from his phone because, of course, Brooke is going to see it. He has a whole conversation with this girl. And she says, I know I can't come to the party. I get it. I understand. But he said Alexis was there for him. Like when his mom had a heart attack, she went up to the hospital. She went to the house to help clean the house. He said she did everything I needed her to do for me. She held me down. Everything she did except for she cheated on me. Sir. Hey, come here. JK, come here, baby. So you mean to tell me you had this woman who was there for your family while you were locked up? Your mother had a heart attack. You said she went to the hospital. You said that she went by the house and cleaned your mama's house. Cooked for your family while your mama had a heart attack. You said that she sent you money. She took care of you. She held you down. She put money on your books. And you mean to tell me that the only reason why y'all not together now is because you said she cheated on you? I need you to ask yourself a question, JK. This is the question I need you to ask yourself. If the situation had been reversed, would you have cheated on her? Would you have, because the boy had been locked up for like 6 years, right? Something like 6 years, something crazy like that. We're not talking about 6 months. Would you have held her down the way she held you and your family? Because she didn't just hold you down, she held your family down. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that cheating is good, but what I am saying is if you put yourself in a position where you have to be separate from me for 6 years, and I did everything for you, I was there for you financially, emotionally, spiritually, I just stepped out a little bit when I needed a little piece here and a little piece there. You mean that was the deal breaker for you? That was the deal breaker? Again, I would just ask yourself the question, if the situation were reversed, would I have held her down? Would I have done all the things that she did for me and not cheated? I'm just wondering, because I bet you, if you're being honest with yourself, the answer is no. If you're being honest, now you might not be honest, but if you're being honest with yourself, the answer is no. Anyway, moving right along. I don't know Mimi. I know Mimi don't trust Brooke, but JK ain't trust her. Hell no, because JK sat there in that girl's face and called his ex-girlfriend. So, of course, listen, Brooke's not stupid, and neither are we. And again, how much of this is JK just being dumb, and how much of this is production? Who knows at this point, and it doesn't even matter. But of course, Brooke is not stupid, right? Because she saw you on the phone. So the question to me would be, who you talking to? Why you couldn't just tell your friend, can you text Alexis? Because clearly you had Alexis' phone number memorized because you didn't even have to look nothing up. You just called the number. So, which I guess when you in jail, you got to have people number memorized, I guess. But either way, why you couldn't just tell your friend, I need you to do me a favor. Can you call Alexis and just tell her I'm going to talk to her as soon as I get a chance, but I need her to not show up at the party because I just don't need the drama. Can you please do that for me? And then can you call me and let me know how it works? Or we could have done it old school style. See, this why I know men don't be thinking. We could have done this old school style. Maybe you got to be old enough to understand how we used to play this game. If you maybe some of y'all ain't old enough to understand how we used to play this game. But see, if it was me, what I'd have been like, I'd have made sure I introduced Brooke to him. Brooke, this is my friend Chris. Me and Chris we've been friends since the dirt. We've been friends since the playground. And that's my friend. That's my man's. That's my man's. And then I would have told Chris, look, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to call me back later on tonight. And I need you to call Alexis on 3-way. Because when Chris called, Brooke ain't going to feel no kind of way. Because Brooke already know Chris. Brooke know who Chris is. And then just tell Chris, look, call me and I need you to call Alexis on 3-way so I can talk to her. See, y'all ain't slick like that. See, that's how we used to do back in the day. We used to do that big 3-way thing back in the day. Maybe y'all just don't be thinking like that. See, look, JB knows. JB said do the 3-way. Exactly. Neither here nor there. So they get ready to leave. And now Brooke talking about we got to go see the boys. He was like, what you mean go see the boys? I got to get home. Like, because they thought it was 3 o'clock, but it was really 4 o'clock. And he said his thing got extended. No, it got extended to 7 because they thought it was 5 o'clock, but it was really 6 o'clock. And they already said that his grandmama lived about an hour away from the parole place. So they got to like hightail it and get him back before he can. But no, this is back. They not in jail though. He out of jail now. I ain't talking about when they was in jail. I'm talking about now. He out of jail now. But yeah, you're right. The 3-way stuff, you ain't supposed to do that in jail. But he out of jail. Well, I guess he's still in jail with Brooke. But anyway, but she was like, well, we got to go see the boys. And he was like, well, we need to call them and let them know, we'll have to do it another time because I got to get home. Like, I'm going to get a violation. They done already told me if I'm 1 minute late, I'm going back home. And again, Brooke is like, what you mean? So you made promises to my kids and you this and you that, and you mean to tell me you just going to leave them hanging? He was like, what you talking about? Like, I'm going to get violated. He said, so you want me to risk going back to jail? First of all, ma'am, those are not his kids. And I know that's a mean thing for me to say, but I would say this even if they were his kids at this point, because he about to be violated, ma'am. So you mean to tell me it's not okay? Like you can't disappoint them for 24 hours? Because, I mean, it's not like he got a job to go to the next day. Like, and it clearly don't look like you have one either. So y'all could have done this the next day. You could have dropped him off at his damn mama house. You could have went home to your boys and said, listen, we had a lot of errands to run, but first thing tomorrow morning, we're going to breakfast. I'm going to pick him up and we're going to breakfast and it's going to be us. Like, I'm sorry, but kids deal with disappointment. And those are not even his kids. Baby, she really was going to take him to go. And the best thing you could have done was got out that car, JK, because they ended up arguing. JK said, like, pull over, let me the fuck out. Well, no, she pulled over because she said she was getting mad. Baby, he got out that car. That's the best thing you could have done because I didn't trust at that point that she was going to take you back to your mama's house. I felt like she was going to stick with her agenda, which was to take you to go see them boys. They're not his kids. I don't care what promises he made to them. I don't care about all of that. She said they're not old enough to understand. Baby, if they old enough to understand and play daddy with this man, they old enough to understand disappointment. See, that's the problem with these parents these days. Y'all act like y'all can't disappoint y'all kids. Guess what? Disappointment, it comes. It's a part of life. And he wasn't saying he didn't want to see your kids. He wasn't even blowing it off. He was just like, oh my God, we ran out of time. Can we do it tomorrow? That is it, and that is all. That is it, and that is all. So anyway, that's how JK and Brooke situation ended with him getting out the car. And I really do hope anyway, Brooke is a mess. All right, let's do Michael and Joey. This ain't going to take long. Michael and Joey is not going to take long. So they leave the halfway house. The rehab, whatever. Joey is in his feelings because he is just stressed out because he know Michael ain't going to do right. He knows Michael is not going to do right. They take Michael to his mama house. Baby, did y'all see Michael, how Michael ran up to go see his mama? Did y'all see that run? And then he go crying and stuff like he's so excited and so happy to see his mama. Hey, Michael, you know a way you can see your mama every day is if you keep your ass out of jail. You can see your mama every day if you keep your ass out of jail. So anyway, he all crying and all sad and everything, but he has absolutely no intention of doing right. And let me be clear about something. I'm not hard. I understand drug addicts and I understand those demons. I do. I get it. I get those demons. I again, I've told you I have dealt with drug addiction in my family. I understand that even when people want to do right, that addiction just they can't get out of it. JB, get out my head. I swear everything I'm saying, you saying, get out my head, JB. But yes, I agree 100%. The addiction is strong. So I understand that. I do. I 100% get that. And well, let me not say 100% because I don't 100% get it because I've never been an addict. So I don't 100% get it. But I understand that it can have a hold on you. But dealing with the addiction in my life, my family members at least pretended like they wanted to do right. Like Michael, as soon as they picked him up, he was like, I'm just trying to figure out how I can get along so I can go get high. Like he has no intention of trying. And for that, I say, well, if you have no intention of trying, then don't bring other people into it. And I get it. Joey need to let that go. I feel Joey's the only person in this whole situation that I do kind of feel bad for. I feel bad for Joey. And I don't know why. Maybe because I just like Joey. I just think Joey seems like a real sweetheart. He's battled his addiction. He's gotten clean. And I just would hate to see this man bring him back into his addiction. But anyway, when you dealt closely with the addicts, it can harden you. You know the cycle. Exactly. And his mama ain't feeling it. Like his mama know. I mean, his mother has no high expectations, I don't think. I didn't get the impression that his mother has any expectations that this time is going to be any different. And Joey in the back of his, that's why he's so stressed out, because in the back of his mind, Joey know. Although we're going to get back to that in a second. So while they're sitting there talking to his mother, they talk about the halfway house situation and how he's supposed to come back, but he was like, I ain't going back tonight. And his mother was like, well, why don't you call your parole officer and get permission? Like, that's all you have to do is call and get permission. If you know you want to stay overnight, like you already, like you fucking up already. So he calls while they're sitting there. So they do hear him call. And later on, he said he ended up getting permission. Now, I don't know if I trust that I would need to see the text message because he said that they called him back or they left him a message. I don't know parole officers be leaving messages. So I mean, text messages. So I would need to see it or hear it. I would need to hear the voice note or see the message. That's what I would need to do. So they get to the hotel, they get checked into the hotel, and Joey talking about how tired he is and how, you know, he's so tired. And Joey gonna say, Michael gonna say, well, I need to go to the halfway house and change my name on the board, tell them I'm not coming back tonight. You can't call him? You can't call them? Just like you called your parole officer, you can't call them and say, I have permission from my parole officer. Here's his name. Here's the information where he has given me permission to stay out tonight. I won't be back tonight. You had to drive all the way back over there? So, number one, don't believe it. Number two, Joey, I don't care how tired you are. I don't care how tired you are. You get your ass in that car. If you want him to drive, you let him drive. But you get your ass in that car and you go back over to that halfway house with him. One, you need to make sure he's telling the truth. Two, you need to make sure his ass ain't out here getting high. Ain't no way in the world I'd have trusted him to take my car no damn well. You talking about something? I'm just so tired. I'm just so exhausted. I don't give a damn. You can sleep. Get in the driver's side. You trust him to drive the car and take it by himself. You don't trust him to drive it while you in it? Please. Ain't no way in hell. So I said at this point, Joy, wherever he do is wherever he do. Wherever he go is on you. Cause ain't no way in hell you'd got out of ain't no way in hell you'd have went nowhere without me watching. No way. Ain't no way. No way. I do think those people said he had to sign out on the board. Okay, well, I guess. But he wouldn't have went by himself. He would not have gone by himself. Now let's get to this last couple, Kiana and Dolo. First of all, she go to pick him up from the halfway house. I think she said this is the last day at the halfway house. So they having this cookout for him where the family is coming, all this, that, and the other. Now we already know that Dolo then invited the baby mama to come to the cookout. Now he told her that the boys were coming, but she thought that the boys were coming because that the baby mama was going to drop the boys off and keep it moving. Again, we know it's the drama of the show, so let me just speak like I don't care about the drama part of it. You can hear me? Sorry about that. Let me know if y'all can hear me, please. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Y'all, it's time for me to get a new computer. That's the second time my computer did that. It just went blank. It just shut down and I had to shut it. I'm rebooting it now. But that's the second time it's done that within the last couple of weeks. So I already know what that means. That means that this baby about to be on her last leg. She giving me her warning. She's giving me the warning. My mother asked me yesterday what I wanted for my birthday, and I was like, well, I need a computer. It looked like I might have to do it before my birthday, child, because baby, that's the second time it's done that. And I'm gonna call my computer guy first though. Even though my computer is old and it's time, it might be that time. But I'm gonna call my computer guy first to let him come and check it out and see if there's anything he can do to give me, maybe he can give me another year, child. Maybe he can give me another year. Not Death tried to roll the stone back over the but the computer has risen. It's rebooting. I mean, I didn't get the full blue screen. For those of y'all that know what the blue screen is, the blue screen of death when it comes to a computer. I don't have the blue screen, but like I said, that's the second time that that's happened in probably about the last couple of weeks. So I feel like that is the warning. So I'm gonna call him this week and see if he can come and just, it may be a virus that maybe he can take care of. I don't know. It might be a virus. We about to finish this up though. It's rebooting now. But let me finish it up, child. Thank y'all for hanging in there. Thank y'all for staying. Thank y'all for staying. So I'm on my phone right now. But I'm rebooting it as we speak. So but so they there. Yeah, restore. Yeah. So they at the cookout or whatever. That clearly Kiana has a relationship with the family because everybody is speaking to her. They all know her. So she clearly has a good relationship with the family. Um, of course, we know her and the sister don't get along because the sister is cool with the baby mama. What I find interesting is why do they keep acting like this boy only got one baby mama? Why they keep wanting to act like he only has one baby mama? This boy has. Didn't they say he got like six kids altogether? And three of the kids are from this woman. But he got three kids from other women. So I guess the other women are cool, or they ain't want to be on the show, or they not causing no problems. I guess. I'm not sure. But either way, um, she shows up and she brings the boys and she's staying. So Kilolo get in her ass, she get in her feelings because she's like, why is she staying? Why is she staying? Demontre, you know what you're doing. Like, you know, I understand you wanting to be, I'm gonna put it in air quotes, a father. Because again, if you was worried about being a father, you wouldn't be out there doing shit to get your ass arrested. But neither here nor there. And he did talk about his dad was in jail and he said that he carried a lot of guilt for that because he said that he told the people at school that he said it's not funny, y'all. But he said he told the people at school that that his father smoked weed, and he said the next week his father got raided. So he felt like he carried a lot of guilt on that. Demondre, I do think you the reason why your daddy got arrested. Because let me tell you why. I'm a teacher. I'm a mandated reporter. And if this was 20 years ago, or maybe just even 15 years ago, um, and your ass went up to the school and told the school that your daddy smoked weed, somebody called the police. Somebody called social services. Somebody called somebody. Somebody called somebody. Girl, you was breaking your wrist. Oh my God. Oh man, I hope they got you on some good pain meds and you feel better, honey. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm about to come in from my computer. Hold on. Let me get rid of this person. Okay. I'm back. I'm gonna just finish this off on my phone because my computer is just it's moving really, really slow. So I'm gonna just finish this off on my phone because we almost done, child. Just the last couple. We almost done. We're gonna finish it out from here. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there with me. So with that being said, Demontre, you playing with both of them. You know they don't get along, and I understand you wanted to see your sons, but old girl is playing games. She didn't already say she want her family back. She wants you back. She's still in love with you, and you're playing games because I'm sure that when you talk to her, y'all conversations go deeper than conversations about the kids. Y'all information goes deeper than conversations about the kids. Um, oh, you haven't even gone. I thought you already were on your way to the hospital. I mean, oh yeah, you're gonna be. Oh yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm gonna pray for you to have a easy day as far as getting to the ER. Maybe it won't be a whole lot of people there. I'm gonna pray for that. Pray for that for you. Um, so with that being said, y'all, um, the girls, the baby mama shows up, and of course now everybody is like dun dun dun. And Demondre, you playing even more games because you know going to her, you hugging her, you having this little whispered conversation with her. You already know that Kiana is self conscious and she's feels some kind of way about y'all relationship, with good reason because you done cheated on her with this woman, so she has a good reason to feel some kind of way. If you're thinking about getting a new computer, you might want to think about getting one before these tariffs take effect. You know what, Nubian? I just thought about that. You right. Oh, you right. When I get to my parents' house, because this is what I usually do, because my mom has a Dell account, and I know please don't start talking to me about MacBooks and stuff. I don't have MacBook money. But um my mom has an account with Dell, and I can use her account and just pay that off. So I might order me a computer. I may order me a computer. Um, I just gotta see, but I need to give myself a minute. I got some other stuff I gotta take care of bill wise right now. If I can get my computer guy to come and look at this, he'll tell me. He'll be very honest with me and be like, "Yeah, you need to go ahead. You need to start looking." But you're right. I forgot about the tariffs. Because the good thing is they'll sell what's already in stock, what's in their inventory. But you're right. Oh God, I forgot about the tariff situation. Damn it. Damn it. Anyway, yeah, you're right. I may need to go ahead and just get that computer today. I might need to go ahead and order it. Damn it. Anyway, paying for child, even a MacBook paying it for with a MacBook is still more money than I got right now. Child, child. I don't be telling y'all my business, but if y'all only knew what I done had going on over here the last maybe 6 to 8 months, baby. If y'all only knew. But that just ain't in my disposable income right now. But neither here nor there. I make it work. It's gonna be all right. One way or the other, it's gonna be all right. Costco has a good sale going on. Okay, I may check out Costco. I may, because again, the computer itself isn't the problem. It's the software. Child, let me finish this because I wanted to do a regular live too before I got out of here, and I still got to stop at the store and pick up. I'm getting some desserts. I'm picking up some ice cream and some cupcakes. All right, let me finish this up. So Kiana walks off. She's in her feelings. He's coming after her. Now, again, I have to say this. When a person tells you give them a minute, give them a minute. The girl is walking off with her friends because she was like, I need a minute. I'm pissed off and I just need a minute. He playing with me, and I'm sure we got an edited down version. So I feel like Kiana probably showed her ass a little bit more than what we saw before she decided to walk off. But neither here nor there. The woman said, give me a minute. I think Best Buy has an upgrade program for Mac. Well, this isn't a Mac right here though. This is a Dell. And they do have education prices. They have prices for teachers. So I may look into what I could get a Mac for with my teacher price. I know I looked at it a few years ago and it still was a lot. So anyway, neither here nor there, child. I'll figure it out. I always do. I'll figure it out. I do have a birthday coming up. So like I said, if my mom was thinking about getting it for me for my birthday, I just see if she can get it for me now instead of 2 months from now. Anyway, moving right along. Um, there's always a group of women willing to go through mess over a man who looks like a thumb. Nope, not that looks like a thumb.
So he walks up to her and he's like, "What's wrong with you? Why you tripping? Why you doing this, that, and the other?" And I'm like, "You know why she doing this? Cause she out here looking stupid because the baby mama done pulled up. Now the baby mama got some shit with her because the family is mad at her because why she only bring two out of his three kids, and why the third kid that she did not bring is wait a minute. Okay.
Let me. Can y'all
See,
see?
oh,
Okay.
all
All
right,
right.
let me
Let me
take
take this
myself off.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So with that being said, if you need a military discount, let me know. You can use ours. Oh, thank you, lovely soul. I'll look into that as well. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. I'm gonna look into it when I get to my mama house today. I'll just go online because, like I said, I've used my mom's Dell account before. So if I have to, and I just need to do it, no, you can get a MacBook with the 12-month program, I think, and then upgrade or pay the remainder. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, thank y'all. I'll look into all of that. I really will. Like when I get over my parents' house today, because I was trying to get to my parents' house before my mama got home from church, but it don't look like that's gonna happen now. But but I'll look into that today. If not, I'll look into it tomorrow. But I will. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I really will. Um, so with all of that being said, with all of that being said, they said that the baby mama was feeling they was upset with her because they didn't bring the youngest baby. They didn't bring the youngest baby, and that's the one that he really doesn't have a relationship with because he said that his youngest son was 4 months old when he went to jail. So out of all of the kids, that's the one. Why wouldn't you bring the one that he really hasn't seen or hasn't had a chance to build a relationship with? So the family was like, why would you bring two out of the three kids? Like, why wouldn't you bring all three? Like, that don't even make sense. Why wouldn't you bring all three kids? And I feel the same way. Like, and she said, well, he's with somebody. And the mama was like, who cares? And baby, I was with the mama. The mama was like, I don't care about none of that. I don't care who he's with, why he's with them, or what he got going on. It doesn't make sense to me that you would bring two of the kids and not bring all three of the kids. What's he doing and who he with that he can't come, that can't wait till tomorrow or can't wait till later on today? She knew what she was doing. She knew exactly what she was doing by not bringing that youngest child because now he got an excuse to come over your house and see you because he still hasn't seen all of his kids. See what I'm saying? We know the games. We know the games. Okay. Now let's get into the spoilers because that was pretty much the end of that. Let's get into the spoilers. The spoilers are as follows. And I give everybody a chance to click off. They're not that deep, and I don't think any of them are very surprising. But I'll give everybody a chance to click off if you don't want to spoil the child, because I know it takes something away from the show when you know what's happening in real time and you're watching this stuff. So I'm gonna give everybody a second to click off. I'll give you to the count of 5. You an HP girl? Yeah. To be honest with you, the reason why I do Dell's is because, like I said, my mom has a line of credit with them. So if I can always just get it and then I can just pay it off if I'm not in a position to just go and buy. You know what I'm saying? And then I can get everything I want on it. I can get a computer built, get everything that I want, get everything that I need, and then I can just pay it off. And I usually pay it off. If I get a computer with her account, this will be the third computer I think I've gotten, maybe even fourth computer. And I always pay it off before it's due. You know what I'm saying? I always pay it off early. So that's why she doesn't have a problem letting me use it. But I may, because I still got my old computer over there that I said I was going to donate it, but I still got it. But I've had this computer. I literally got this computer right before the pandemic. Like I had ordered it and it kept getting pushed back because of the pandemic. And I finally got it, but when I got it, it was during the pandemic. So this is 4 or 5 years old. So, I mean, it's time. I mean, I'm sure, but I want to just make sure it's not a virus. It's not something that I can just, because I just want to make sure it's not something that can be salvaged before I go out and buy a computer. But anyway, last but not least, so here go the spoilers. So Bradley and his new girlfriend have gone Facebook official. Bradley has a new girlfriend and they have posted pictures all over Facebook. So I guess it's Facebook official. Remember last week, Savannah tried to tell us that Bradley was gay and that she found information on his phone that he was on gay apps and stuff like that. Well, clearly his new girlfriend don't care because he got a whole new girlfriend. Okay. JK has a whole new girlfriend and they have gone Instagram official. They have declared their love for each other down to the social media. So it's official that him and Brooke are no longer together. Now, I told y'all last week that Brooke said she was single, but I do believe Brooke also had a baby. So I think JK is tied to this crazy woman for the next 18 years. Last but not least, now this one might be a little surprising. Not much, but I forgot that they told us that Kiana has 2 kids because we ain't seen or heard Kiana talk about them 2 kids. So my first question is, Kiana, where are your kids? Why have we not seen you with these kids? Why have we not heard you talking about these kids? But baby, I forgot that Kiana has 2 children of her own. Well, her baby daddy has entered the chat. So let's talk about what her baby daddy done said. And here's what I remember. Like I said, I forgot that they told us that Kiana has 2 kids. Oh, wait a minute. Put it in the camera. It's blurry, but y'all see where it says kids 2 right there, children 2. So I forgot Kiana had kids, okay? But she does. So her baby daddy done dropped down, and I don't know if this is Instagram or Facebook, a Facebook post, but neither here nor there. He said the following: I'm Team Juwela. Juwela is the baby mama. Give that girl back her family. He also said, I prayed on your downfall, and now this nigga you played me for got you looking stupid on television. Hashtag God don't play about me. Hashtag love after lockup. Then it says, imagine you just chilling and somebody says, yo, ain't that your baby mama on love after lockup? Then he said, you said Demondrick was the last man you had sex with. Kiana is lying. Like, did she think I wouldn't eventually see this? Then it says, I low-key feel bad for my baby mama because now the whole world is going to see how stupid she is. Then he said, why did I just see my baby mama on Love After Lockup with the nigga she cheated on me with? Kiana still tells me that she doesn't even have a man. Every woman in my life has disappointed me because I always thought we were better than that. So, baby, he done came down here and said that the 2 of them were together after she was with Demondrick and that she cheated on him with Demondrick and she played him. I'm going to be honest and tell you I believe it. Child, I believe it because in her mind, he's the one that got away. In her mind, he is the one she's supposed to be with. So I believe that she cheated on this man with her. I mean, I'm not saying I think this man is perfect and he ain't done nothing wrong. Please know that. I don't know this man. I don't know nothing about him. But it'll be interesting. So I will continue to bring you guys the updates and the spoilers. And let's get off of here. I'm going to go on my main channel I wanted to do about an hour. Maybe I can do about 30, 45 minutes. But we're going to talk over there for a few minutes and then I'm going to head out. Happy Easter to all of you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for hanging in there through the technical difficulties. I really do appreciate that. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Peace.